Hello everyone, how's it going? Remember, if you like the content, to like, sub, and share. If you want to support me, join button and super thanks. And if you dislike the video, dislike it. So we're talking about Concord. Now, Concord is Sony's latest live service hero shooter that released on all platforms today. And it hasn't been looking good. The beta, yeah, didn't exactly perform well. So this is when the game was available for free, and it didn't even break around 3,000 players, and apparently Sony has been developing this game for about 8 years, which is quite alarming. That is extremely dire. Granted, 8 years ago is when the hero shooter and live service was on top, but since then, whenever you hear live service, people immediately just zone out because most of the time live services are just there to try and over monetize their systems. There are some good live service games, but I feel like nowadays people have settled into the live service they're willing to dedicate themselves to, like Apex Legends, Fortnite, Warframe. Destiny 2 is kind of like out because of what happened with the final shape, the layoffs at Bungie, all that stuff. But most of the time people have settled into whatever live service they want to play because dedicating to more than one is just too much time spent, and they always feel like they are missing out if they don't put a lot of time into this stuff. I mean, I tried playing Apex Legends recently, and things have changed so much that I was just like, okay, I can't play this anymore, I'm done. So I just play Fortnite whenever there's a special event. But yeah, and before people say, well, they're trying to not really market this game, which is correct. There's been like zero marketing about this game, and they've kind of just like released the game out there and hope for the best. I would argue against that because they actually have a limited edition controller, which publishers like Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo don't do something like this unless they feel like they have a major hit on their hand, like, you know, with the Super Mario editions of Nintendo Switches, 3DS console special editions when they used to do that. And Microsoft the same thing. Well, Microsoft has their controller design market, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they only do something like this for exact games when they believe they have a hit on it. And yeah, it just like looking at the trailer itself, this was a reveal trailer, but when you look at this trailer, just look at all the characters, how the design, the textures, the lighting, the models, like all of this. This took a lot of money to make. So they 100% put a lot of backing on this game, and it hasn't been doing well. So yeah, and I feel like Sony has seen the writing on the wall because they've apparently pulled their plans back when it came to live service games, even canceling some of these games, because let's face it, it's not exactly the best market nowadays. And as I stated, people are just like done with live services. They just see that word and they're instantly gone from the game. You just lost a customer there, or a lot of customers. But the game is out on PC and apparently has a 9 out of 10 on Steam, but Google users are saying it's a 16%. This is based on an array of things, but yeah, not looking good. So when I looked on Steam, there are only about 100 reviews. That is terrible. This game launched today, and it only has 154 reviews. Yes, it has a very positive rating, but yeah, not exactly a good sign. And yes, you also need a PlayStation account to play this game on PC, which is just like, we all saw what happened with the Helldiver situation. PC players who are extremely hardcore are not going to give their information to Sony, especially considering Sony has a notorious history of being hacked. They fought very harshly against this, and when this game has been performing as bad as it did when it was free, I feel like Sony should have cut their losses and removed this requirement, because they could have done that. Like, the whole point of this is just to add more numbers to their portfolio and show to their investors, hey, we got this many numbers of players, when in reality they're not paying for PlayStation Premium. They're just there to try and play Ghost of Tsushima, like that. The Legends mode, you need the PlayStation Network, not for Helldivers. But yeah, but if you look down here, the reviews, yeah, they're okay. Goes hard. Escort mode wanted. Reviews are pretty tough, but honestly it's really fun and plays smooth. Again, this is, I don't think I mentioned this, you have to pay $40 to play this game. So when you have free-to-play options, that's already a steep sell. And then you put the hurdle of, like, you have to have a PlayStation Network account. It's just like, what? Can't play because the PlayStation logon window blank on boot. Tried reinstalling, verifying files, turned off firewall. Oh my god, you know you're desperate when you do that. The whole caboodle, bummer. So they can't even log into the game because of the Sony network requirement. Gameplay is solid, fantastic. And again, these reviews are positive, but these are the people who are willing to leave a review. And looking up here, again, not even 200 people have reviewed the game. And another thing is that not a lot of people are finding these reviews helpful. This one got a helpful, but mostly on the negative 2, 3, 4. The worst people on Steam hate this game for the reasons they learned about 4chan. Aside from that, there's no legitimate criticisms of the game. Okay. So this guy is full of shit. I'm just saying, like, I played the beta. And I've seen what people have been talking about this game, and they said it plays exactly like the beta. If you played the beta, you know what you're getting yourself into. Good gameplay, interesting hero design, feels weighty, so far runs very smoothly after several beta weekends and a couple of hours in the full release. Concord belongs in conversation with Valorant. Valorant is free. Like, I hate Valorant. I hate what Riot Games does with its monetization system, but Valorant is free. So, as a bona fide and enjoy a P versus P hero shooter, I like how the person gave him a clown award. Because, yeah, like, you want someone to invest $40 into a game where they also need a PlayStation account. Oh, it's $60 for the digital deduction. I gotta see what this includes. Like, what does this include? Full game, 16 skins, Monarch, Frontier, Sniper skin, Dead. Oh my freaking god, that's somehow even worse. For $20, you can get any, like, I think I have my wish list. Oh, I don't have it. I'm just gonna recommend a game right now. Instead of $20, get this game. Is it here? Oh wow, it's not here. Damn. Never mind. I thought Outland was here. It's not here. That sucks. I'm sure a lot of us... Oh, Core Keeper. Get this instead. This game is way better. If you like Minecraft, get this game instead of paying that additional $20. But yeah, not exactly a good start for Concord when it comes to this, reception. And when you compare it to Black Myth Wukong, which also released this week, almost 300,000 reviews, overwhelming positive. I've been playing this game. It's definitely a solid 8 out of 10 game. I like it a lot. I like the presentation, the boss fights, the combat. The technical issues are just something I just can't get over because there's real problems with the lighting in this game. And I fell through the world 3 times. So there are a lot of technical issues with this game. And compared to Stellar Blade, which launched with... At least I didn't experience any technical issues with Stellar Blade. I'm sure some people did. But in here, there are a lot of technical issues. And I feel like a lot of people aren't addressed in that. At least not to the same degree. But yeah, but when we look at Concord's player number... Yeah, not exactly good. Less than the open beta, definitely. And this is when the game was free, so they do have that. So not exactly the best situation, but let's compare it to 2 other games that had major negative reception. Redfall had a peak of 1,000 players. Granted, that's not good, and the studio automatically was closed down, but it had more players than Concord. Granted, you could get this game through Game Pass, so there was that. People just paid the $15 a month, or, well, it used to be $15 a month, now it's $20 a month, or they just got the new subscription, which was $1 for the first time you paid. They actually returned that new premium system. Now you can pay for $1 for the first month for Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, I believe, but only if you've never had Game Pass, so they're shutting down that whole system where people just open new accounts. But yeah, and looking at another game, Suicide Squad, which, wow, I actually am surprised about how many people are still playing this game. Granted, they did give it away through Twitch with the Prime service, so they were practically giving this game away. But that's more than I expected playing Suicide Squad right now. But this game had a peak of 13,000 players. Granted, they did ride on the coattails of Batman Arkham, because this is technically a sequel to Batman Arkham Knight, which hurts me in my very soul. But, yeah, you can see that here. This game, well, Concord's doing worse than these 2 games when they launched. So, not exactly the best case scenario. But what I found strange is on, Twitter, I saw a lot of people, praising this game, and I can't see them anymore. Now it's all negativity right now. I should have bookmarked all those stuff, but, yeah, there are a lot of people who are just, Concord wasn't really that great, but, the way I'm seeing that is that they're going to give 6 months for this game, or maybe even less. I say 6 months. Then they're going to make it free to play and try and recoup whatever monetization they can with the game. They're probably going to pull an Overwatch 2, which might as well be called Overwatch 1 because they're trying to go back to the 6 versus 6 system. and just heavily monetize the game. Like that $20 for this digital deluxe edition, if you can even call that. It's like more of a hey, give us money, idiot edition. I think they're just gonna charge $20 for each of these skins with through the digital deluxe edition. Hope no one notices and just be like, yeah, here we go, because that's what Blizzard Entertainment did with Overwatch 2. They started selling the old skins for a premium markup price, which can even cost more than when the game sold for $60 when it came out back in 2016. But yeah, that is my take on Concord. I really think this game is just dead, and there's nothing that can be done to save it, because if this is what it's like when it launched, I don't think it's going to pull any type of comeback like Star Wars Battlefront 2 or No Man's Sky. Granted, those games had bigger backing behind them with Hello Games. That was their pride and joy. They kind of had to do it, or their entire company's reputation would be completely bunk and they would have likely closed down. Now it's one of the best Space Odyssey games out there. And with Star Wars Battlefront 2, well, EA really didn't have a choice, because I'm pretty sure Disney was just like, make it right, make it good, or there's going to be consequences. Granted, there were consequences. They gave the license to other people, and we're getting Star Wars Outlaws later this month, which I don't know how that's going to turn out. We'll wait and see. I'm going to play that game when it comes out through Ubisoft Plus. But yeah, I kind of rambled a lot with this. I like to try and give I try to give all my opinions on everything I bring up. But yeah, that's it for me. Tell me what you think about Concord. If you're playing this game, tell me, are matches easy to find? Because I also read that matches are next to impossible to find, and people have been quitting out of matches very rapidly. So tell me about that. And yeah, that's it for me. Again, like, dislike, sub, whatever you want to do. Bye.